This is the Sony RX100 Model 7, and I've got a mini tripod on it that I can't get to work, so I'm just doing it manually, but hopefully it'll work out. I'll figure out how to use it, but this is being shot in 4K, so I'm just experimenting with this new camera and see what it looks like. Well, you know, you would think that these things would be sort of self-evident how to use them, or user-friendly might be another term, but this little mini tripod, I can't seem to figure it out. I've got to go back, read the instructions. So, but this is 4K with my new RX100 Model 7. Has some stabilization, and I have a limp, so we'll see how the stabilization works. Yeah, well, here it is. There's the house in 4K, and hopefully it'll be a nice picture, but I've got to figure this tripod out. I've got to manually press the record button, which was not the idea of getting the tripod. The tripod's supposed to make that easier with a button on the tripod, but the button's not working. So it's just about spring. We have a nice day today. We've had some cold weather, but everything's looking nice here, and Kara and Kinsley are coming out with her family, and it's Kinsley's birthday yesterday. So there's our new beach at Land's End, and I'm just gonna shoot a little bit more with this 4K setting. And this was totally not planned, but I'm about to make a visit to the Wildlife Rescue Center, and here is a situation that they see often there at the Wildlife Rescue Center. It's a poor little pelican, and he's being awfully docile, and if you look closely you can see he has a string on him. So this is fisherman's line, and who knows whether it was carelessness or an accident or what it is, but this is an all too common sight. And so what I'll do is I'll try to capture the bird, see if I can take the string off. If I can, good. If I can't, there's nothing you can do about it if he gets away. But if it looks worse, I will take it back to the Wildlife Rescue Center, because I'm on my way there anyway to see Gail. So he has just about had it. I just saw him just sort of, instead of being alert and running away, he just kind of collapsed. He's exhausted. So I will see what I'll do. I'm going to go see right now. So this is one of the herons here. They're territorial, so you usually don't see two similar herons together, the same type, because they're so territorial. But this is the one over at Land's End proper, and he's looking for lizards, I think. He just wanders the yard, and I think Jesse feeds him. So could be. They have some real pretty plumage now. The plumage is This is a native cedar that we have on the property, and it seems to be doing well. It's pretty. Okay, the bird rescue was a failure. I tried 2 times with the cast net, missed him both times. I got him halfway, but that doesn't count. So I'm going to put this new tripod away. It's a little mini tripod because I don't know how to use it, and I will read the directions and hopefully I'll be able to figure it out. So I'm going to switch over to the old style and just do it the old-fashioned way, like I'm doing it right now. Yeah, now we're at Wildlife Rescue, and this is some of the wildlife that they have here. It's a large tortoise. I don't know what kind exactly, but they get these, people buy them, and then they get so big that they don't know what to do with them, so they turn them over to Gail and Ed. So this is Wildlife Rescue, and I'm going to go do an interview with Gail. Yeah, you can imagine someone who bought this as a little baby, the size of a pack of cards, kind of have trouble figuring out what to do with it at this size. These are little baby otters. I don't know what the story is, but there's a lot of places that are being developed now, so these animals get displaced, and sometimes the mothers are killed and the babies are left. Baby owls, and it's the same thing, you know, somehow they ended up here. So this is Wildlife Inc. in Anna Maria Island, and it's Gail and Ed Strait, and they've been doing this for, I don't know, 20 years. And, they let me come in here every once in a while and take videos of their rescued animals. So this looks like some kind of monitor, and again, people get these as pets, and it sounds like a good idea until they get too big or they bite. A lot of these bite. So he's especially active because he thinks he's going to get some food. A little baby raccoon. Lots of them around here. There's going to be more and more people and less animals. And it's shooting the highest quality video, you know, better than your TV. 4K. Yeah, there's your mommy. This is Gail, and Gail is helping this little baby raccoon that, you know, it's probably just a common story for wildlife, and And not much area to go, lots of people.
Yep.
It's a big old pigeon. There's some doves. So each of these cages cost a lot of money, and to maintain these birds just daily. These are pelicans that are rescue pelicans. A lot of times it's hooks and another big tortoise. Owl, they have several owls here. And here's a peregrine falcon. So these are all animals that just either they responded to calls or people found them and brought them in. The people sometimes would just bring in a cardboard box with an animal in it, and so they try to nurse them back to health and then find a good place to release them. This is a peregrine falcon. Hi. Hi. It looks like he's got something wrong with his eye or something. You never know what's wrong. But his right eye seems a little bit strange. But he's just wandering around here. This is his home for a while. A hawk up there. So this is the first time I'm trying this camera in 4K, and you never know, it may make the wire stand out more. You may not even be able to see the birds, but that's why you try this stuff out. Look at this beautiful guy right here. Just got a little pool. You see his pool there? So this is home for now. You can see that his right eye is kind of bad. Beautiful birds, big. So this just gives you an idea. I mean, these cages are very expensive, and there's a lot of care that goes into taking care of them. And Gail and Ed have been doing this for years, and they try to do the best they can to take care of the animals when they come in. But any donation anybody gives to a cause like this, you know where the money's going. It's going to get new cages or food or help out. And these are the guys you're helping out right here. Guys that need it. Yeah, you guys are making a big racket. Yeah, what's the racket about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Huh? Yeah, you too. Look at you. You guys are noisy. I think these are Amazon yellowhead parrots. Okay, these are two cards that have contact information. So I'm going to give you these as a way to get contact information for this. So it's wildlifeinc.org, and it's Wildlife Inc., and then there's the address. So, you know, if you want to donate money to a good cause, here's one. This is Tom Mayers. I'm doing this just to, because they've been friends for a long time, and I know that they're the real deal. They're doing everything they can to help the animals. And we'll just zoom in and Well, that didn't work. So there it is. And so Wildlife Inc. donate money. I think the most they need is money to help them do their job. So you can always contact them and see if you can volunteer. And there's one of their reasons to donate money. There's a pigeon that needs help, and they're helping out. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is Tom Mayers and Gail Strait, and some baby owls that you hear right in the background. So Gail and I were talking about some things that that might help, that you can do to help the wildlife, and she's the expert, so I'm going to let her go ahead and start. And I gave the contact information for Wildlife Inc., and we'll see if that turned out okay. But Gail and Ed, how long have you been here doing this?
33 years this year.
It's a long time.
It is. And things have really gotten worse environmentally over the years. Getting harder and harder to figure out where anything can go once you've rehabbed it and then you are ready to release it, but it's getting harder and harder to find places to release anything because they just keep developing and they keep bulldozing all the trees. So
too many people, not enough wildlife and nature areas.
I don't know where all these people are going.
They're going to ruin it and then go somewhere else.
Yeah, well, at this point, it's hard. I try not to go anyplace because I don't want to get stuck in traffic for hours.
Well, it used to be, you'd say, pray for surf. You know, that's what the kids would say, because that way they wouldn't go to school. And now you say, pray for bad weather so we can get in our car and go somewhere.
Yep, you got it. I used to have a surfboard back in the day, but...
Well, when you get on the road here, sometimes it's like a parking lot. It can take you an hour to go what usually is like a 15-minute drive.
It took me 2 weeks ago, it took me 2 hours to get from 75th Street home, which should take about 20 minutes.
Right. Well, anyway, Gail and I were going over some of the things that she comes across often, and I'll just try to trigger Gail's memory here. How about cats outside?
Bad idea. Very bad idea, not only for the wildlife, but it's a bad idea for the cat. We have distemper going around. We have coyotes, and you know, you've got cars. If you care about your animal, keep it inside where it belongs. I do have 2 cats. They stay inside where they belong.
Well, you were saying they're
killing,
birds.
Yeah, they're killing the birds. They're killing the rabbits. They're killing the squirrels. We've gotten in screech owls with their wings that have been chewed off by cats. It's not that I don't like cats, but they belong inside. If you want a pet, then take care of your pet.
And the same thing with dogs.
Yes.
You see people taking their dogs to like nature areas or wildlife sanctuaries and letting them run, and you know, letting them off the leash and run.
Not a good thing.
Yeah, and
not a good thing. But the cats are out there by the thousands and thousands, and they think that spay-neuter release is a good thing, and it's not. It's just destroying the wildlife.
So another thing that I was thinking is that if you want to do something simple to attract wildlife and to help the wildlife, is if you just get a 5-gallon bucket and fill it with water and keep it filled with clean water and have it out in your yard, I think you would be surprised at the animals that show up. Herons, raccoons, all kinds of animals.
But then you want to put a shallow one out there for the songbirds too, so they don't try to get in the 5-gallon bucket and drown. So, you know, a bird feeder, or not bird feeder, but something shallow that you can put water in for the songbirds. Because when it doesn't rain, it's the number one thing that everybody, including the birds, need is water. So put some water out there. Put them, if you have trees, put it under the trees so that they're not sitting ducks for the hawks to come down and get. And yes, the hawks need to eat too.
Oh